After tonight, there will be one more DNQ Series season event to happen before the champions are crowned. Tonight, it is Hoosier Tire Night from the Millbridge Speedway. We're looking for a very exciting night of racing. Let's go down to Hunter Weaver.
Here with Johnny Oliverio, and now you're back in the points chasing the Carroll Tractor Repair Bush Series. You were kind of out of it there for a little while, and then the penalties come into play with Armstrong and some of those guys that went on a couple of races ago. But do you think that you might be able to get back up there tonight?
We're going to give it a shot. You know, we did a little extra work this week to try and get up there, so we'll see how it goes.
So how many Bud Lights was incorporated at the Oliverio camp?
We went through a couple 18 packs. It was a light week.
It was a light week. Okay, yeah, that is right. I've been there a few times, but man, you've been close all this year. You've had a couple of top fives. You've got one top three. That was the AAR. You've trying to shake the dust off here at Millbridge. It's just been kind of a tough year, just up and going, but restarts kind of get you there. That's been your biggest issue, hasn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes they work out for us. Sometimes they don't. You know, I think we've been pretty consistent. That's why we're still third in the points, and we haven't fallen back or lost many spots. You know, we usually stay right around the top five, so we're just trying to get it together a little better for these last two races and see what we can do.
And that is John Oliverio going to try to get his first win in the Carroll Tractor Repair Bush Series.
Championship is something that everybody is looking to win here in the DNQ Karting Series. Caleb Kennard looking for another really good run here tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. Out here watching practice, checking out the lines. Let's go down and talk to a driver who is making his debut tonight and another driver who's looking to get his first win.
Here with the Smiths family here at the DNQ Karting Series here at Millbridge Speedway. And tonight we have a father and son on the racetrack in the Pro Cup Series tonight, Field Mechanic Pro Cup Series. And Craig Crosstread Smith, Landon Smith, his son, and probably the youngest driver here that maybe has a driver's license. But I'm sure, I want to grab a word with you, Landon, first. You've raced a couple of times, but what are your expectations here at the DNQ Series tonight?
Go out and have fun. That's all you can ask for.
What's it going to be like running with your dad? Has he told you anything? Are you going to get out and follow him? Or are you going to try to crash his shit? Or what are you going to try to do?
I got some special plans. He just doesn't know yet.
All right, Craig. So the special plans, and I'm sure he has not said anything about that to you, but then you're going to be doing double duty in the Cup Series as well. So that Cup Series has been really, really tough this year, and you've been trying to get up in there. Do you think you have anything to get up with those guys tonight?
Man, I tell you what, that Cup Series has been super, super competitive. I just made the main last time we were here by 2 1,000ths of a second. So from going from making the main to the B main. So I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of speed there to barely make it, but I don't know. It's been a hit and miss, and that Cup Series is tough. The Pro Cup Series on the other side, it's the same way. It's uber competitive. You definitely got to have your ducks in a row, and hopefully give her hell. Pro Cup has been my Achilles heel of getting starts, so hopefully tonight I get a good start and be able to compete during the race and throw that monkey off my back. I can only hope I can turn it around.
So you got all those adults out there. What will happen if somebody wrecks your son?
He's the big boy. I mean, you know, I think he's going to be fine. You know, let's see what happens. He's a big boy. It's going to be tough to move him around out there, so let's see what happens.
What are you calling him?
As my buddy would say out in California now,
the Tractor. So Landon the Tractor Smith and Craig Crosstread Smith going to try to get it done in the Field Mechanic Pro Cup Series here at Millbridge Speedway.
Let's see if Craig Crosstread Smith can get his first win tonight. But Young's Motorsports is here, and they are here in force. Look at this spread they got.
Wow,
here,
look
Bill.
at that thing. We know what they work on when they're not working on their trucks. It's these damn go-karts. And, well, they know what pays the big bucks, and it's DNQ.
It's the Young Motorsports Party Development System to make sure all their drivers have a good time.
Yeah, you got Dustin Dunn there. The man Pickle is the guy who does tires for these guys, and their program has stepped up tremendously by him doing tires.
Yeah, that's my favorite game.
Pickle's been around a long time. If you need a guy that's going to be able to do some good tires for you for Millbridge with his prep game, he's the guy. I know there's been some heavy hitters in the open classes that had used his services in the past, and he'll get you some dubs.
Let's go down and talk to Eric Riggins, who's down with Hunter Weaver.
Here at Eric Riggins Jr., and he was out the last race. He had an injury with his leg, and he's back tonight, going to try to get it done here in the Cup Series and in the maybe the Pro Cup Series as well. So you're going to pull double duty tonight, and what are you thinking about with your injury and all? What are you thinking?
Same old, same old. We're going to go for both of them and do what we can. I do a little modifications on the setup to accommodate for my brace, but feel good. As long as I keep it clean, we'll be in good shape, and hopefully I'll be hobbling along in victory lane.
And you might have to change your shoes right there. I don't think that's the proper shoe wear, because I have seen people have their shoes fly off, and we might have to duct tape those together. I hope you're going to change your shoes.
Stick them in four-wheel drive if I need to. You see this right here? You just look at that.
There is extra traction. So who all would you like to think that's helped you to be able to get to where you can race this week with your injury?
I got to thank Brandon Connor. He keeps the stuff at my shop. He loaded everything up for me and scaled me out. And tonight I got Ole Stinson turning the wrenches on it. So all I got to do is sit down, get in it, and drive it hopefully to the front. And I would think Truly, but they ain't got me a sponsorship yet. But we're still working on that.
And that is crippled Eric Riggins Jr. Going to try to get it done here tonight here at Millbridge Speedway.
The kart's ending final practice. Coming up next, it's the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series feature race.
Out at the cabin, fresh mountain air. Wake up, we got good times to share. Crack open a can of the finest blend. Get that Busch Latte feeling with my best friend.
Busch Lattes feature a thick foam, great aroma, and of course a finish that's crisp and cold as a mountain stream.
The crisp way to greet your day. Grab a cup of Busch Latte.
Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series starting lineup. We have Harvey Wallbanger, Larry Wilcox on the pole with Eric Riggins on the outside pole.
Row number 2, the Bad Kitty, Ryan Ayers and Mike Contarino.
A Red Dead Redemption, Caleb Clenard in the 3, and Magic Mike Melton in the 46.
Row number 4, Scott Zarowski and Nick Finney.
Zach Strupe and Craig Crossthread Smith.
Desi Todges and Alex Finney.
Jonathan Mabe and David Backmarkham in the next row.
Oh, we do have another row. Brandon Kennard and Quentin Haley.
Old three-wheeler Corey Gordon and Brian Shaw.
God, that was so good.
Well, this series is not going to run 10 races. They'll run 9 for the season, but there's the information for it. This has been ultra competitive, too. I mean, this in the Cup Series, ever since we started running this series, it's grown tremendously, having B mains for it, but Filthy Mechanic does a great job with it, and Eric Riggins has the rear entry cam for the Filthy Mechanic clothing company. I mean, guys, this series has grown so much, and I can't wait to see what talent comes into it next year.
Yeah, that's a good place for a camera there, Bob. I mean, you're going to see a lot of action behind him. Riggins has been out front as he takes the green. There were 3 wide right off the bat going into turn 1, lap 1. We all know the saying that you can't win it in turn 1, but everybody still tries. Finally make it through there clean. We're 3 wide, 3 by 3 by 3. What a race.
A slide job city as we come off of 4. We're still side by side. 1 up and over on the front stretch.
Larry Wilcox goes for a flip. Let's take a look at the replay. He just got pushed in that bump draft a little too hard and just avoids taking his full elbow out of commission.
James Finch machine upside down. It's going to be a little bit worse for the wear. It doesn't look like some nice woman's going to get a new set of bolt-ons because they're going to have to bolt 4 new rubbers on that car.
Yeah, tough break for Larry Wilcox. Qualified on the pole and had that happen. And, hey, this racing is dangerous. We've told guys plenty of times, if you're scared about getting hurt, go play golf. But it is what it is, as they're already 4 wide here on this restart.
Bad Kitty making it work on time. Mike Contarino leaves the door open in the bottom. Eric Riggins jams it in there. Wow, what action. This is only the second lap as we're still 3 wide.
This action's very exciting. It's bringing, they're pinched up in the outside wall. They make it alive out of 2, but just barely, as it's a hornet's nest through 3 and 4, as we're all fighting for the top spot and fighting for the clean air and that high line to make time on the top.
Yeah, I mean, these lanes are multi-groove. These karts are all over the place. The top gets momentum, and there you go. That's where you see the hot farts come from, and it's from up top as we are 4, 5 wide through this whole field.
Runs through that field as Eric Riggins finally a little bit comfortable out in front, and whoa, we got, I don't know who's driving that number 2 machine. It looked like we got a little bit of smoke coming out of that as Zach Stroop puts him 4 wide unintentionally. He drops like a rock. It looks like the power plant on that machine is about to expire.
See, the thing is, and I watch these guys race now, you cannot go from the bottom groove straight to the top. You're cutting people off. So if you don't run the top, don't go to the top off the corner. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a learning curve, right? You got people like Riggins, you got like the little Deuce Stroop that's up there. They got some experience, but the new guys have got to learn, and unfortunately, some will learn the hard way before the night's over, the new talent coming into the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, that's part of racing. As we go on board with Eric Riggins, as he has got Brandon Conard all over his rear bumper. Conard started towards the back of this field to start the feature, and now these guys are duking it out.
Conard made some good choices. Riggins showing him how to get a hot fart off the top there. Kid's back by him down the back stretch. Puts those right sides right up on the wall. That's where we like to see, banging those boards, selling those T-shirts. Conard slides him again. Riggins turns it back down underneath him, takes that spot back away. He wants to lead every lap here if he can.
Now that opens the door for Contarino, and they start sliding each other. They have to slow down.
The slider puts you dead in the water through the middle of 1 and 2. As we're 3 wide, Contarino in the good groove on the inside, DNQ style, no gloves. He takes the point coming off of turn 4.
Saving a little bit of weight there.
And we haven't talked much about him. Yeah, we haven't talked much about him in this series as the big sliders come. Look at this move. This racing.
Run.
You will not see go-kart racing like this anywhere in the country, let alone here at Millbridge.
Yeah, Contarino is getting some huge runs off the top there, using that fat boy momentum. Riggins beating the back bumper off Conard. I'm surprised. We haven't seen him race much here at DNQ, and it looks like he's got his act together, at least good enough to make use of clean air and stay out front here for a few laps.
Yeah, his brother Chris Ferguson must be teaching him all he had. And Chris said, hey, I bought him a clutch, so my name's on that thing somewhere.
Selling sponsorships, making that money, it's not a sport. This is a business after all. DNQ pays the bills for a lot of these guys, at least the bar tabs at the end of the night.
Eric Riggins
Riggins all over the back
Eric
bumper
Riggins
here.
Not letting him get away. Contarino falling back slightly. It looks like he missed his line a couple of times. I'm about to throw up from this camera shot. As Eric Riggins continues to beat the back bumper off the 22 machine, he's not letting him go, making him work for every single lap. Lap cars squeeze Riggins down a little bit lower than he wanted, and here comes Contarino with a big run down the backstretch. That lap car's playing playing into this lead battle.
Yeah, and you look at this, lap traffic is going to be an issue here, and they like to ride right in the top groove, right where the leaders are. So it gets very interesting to see who has a kart that can maneuver the bottom as Riggins goes for a slider.
We haven't seen the slider off of 1 and 2 work that well as Conard comes back down the inside. He's in the top spot. He's got the right rear in that berm, catches a little run, and he lets Riggins get to the high side in 1 and 2, which is a huge mistake. We'll see if Riggins can turn left underneath him. He does. He takes the top spot back as Contarino in the back bumper of Conard.
Don't look now, but Caleb Clenard is stalking back there in 4th. He might be a part of this battle as well if these guys keep sliding each other.
These guys screw around and lose a bunch of speed. These lappers, David Backmarkham there. Oh, squeezes Riggins right in front of the leader. Terrible move by David Markham. We expect nothing less as Riggins barely gets by him, but now he's got a lapper in between him and Clenard. Oh, looks like they finally get by the lappers. The battle is still for the lead. They're right up against the board, slicing and dicing through these lap cars. This is DNQ at its finest.
Mike Contarino there in 3rd has a good piece tonight. We hadn't really talked about him running Pro Cup that much. He's been more concentrated with Dash, but is this a point here, JZ, where you just ride behind the guy in 2nd till you get to that back bumper of the leader?
I think we got to wait and pick and choose and hope the lap carts throw a wrench in the whole situation, and you can pounce because they're all, probably within a half a tenth of each other. Eric Riggins seems to be able to catch a little bit of a run coming off, but it's all very close. It's all single file. Maybe when they run into some lap cars running the top there, all hell will break loose and be a good show for the fans.
Alex Finney having an issue, and he's going to pull off the racetrack. I don't know what he's doing there. Oh, yeah.
One finger salute.
Give the old bird to Larry Wilcox. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? And that is probably going to bring out the caution for debris on the racetrack. There's a chain on the track, and he's still not happy at Larry Wilcox. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's not letting it go. He's not letting it go at all. Not sure what happened there. Thought he was going to serve him dinner there for a minute. Let's see what happened on the replay. And just dirty slider. Didn't even try to clear him there. That happens. That's one of those inexperienced
nothing like
moves.
right-siding someone for P17 on the racetrack. It's really how you make a name for yourself.
They got to tell each other they're number one, and we're back under green.
Yeah, I think that may have been our 5 to go caution as well. I cannot remember, but we're back green. Look at that. Gordon tries to slide from the bottom. Not enough.
They go for it right here. Comes
Contarino
back.
skates by.
4 cars at once.
Corey Gordon, the tripod's involved in this as well. Look at this. Conard, Stroop, Mike Melton. Here we go.
Every single lap is back to 4th right now. Contarino, who's biding his time, somehow is out in the lead, but Bad Kitty and Red Dead Redemption stalking them with a big push from Eric Riggins. Look at how fast they gained on Mike Contarino.
Contarino in the lead with only a few laps left, and look at these top 4 battling it out.
Sliders.
That 71's been good several weeks in a row. He's on the back bumper. They're still high, wide, and handsome. They're biding their time. They got a couple more laps to go. They're all gooch to gooch as the white flag flies.
White flag's in the air. What are they going to do here? Let's look.
Better make something happen. Everybody goes to the bottom. Riggins tries to slide everybody.
They slide. Contarino can't make it happen. Flying Ryan Ayers takes the win. Let's go down and talk to him in Victory Lane.
In a wild 50 Mechanic Pro Cup feature, Ryan Ayers is going to get his 2nd win of the season, and they're going to celebrate here tonight. Ryan, what a race, man, from start to finish. Everybody was all over the racetrack. How did you keep your composure out there?
They're about halfway through. I was a little pissed off there for a minute, but we gained it back. I think we fell back like 9th or 10th, and then 5 to go caution, I think we got back up to 6. But that restart, they're just like all over the place. Have them didn't know exactly where they wanted to be, but luckily they got checked up off of 2, and we got the 2nd. I'm not sure who was behind me. I think it was a 3 car was behind me, but shoved me all the way up to old Mikey, and hate that he finished, I think, 3rd, but super glad that we won with Bad Kitty Motorsports.
And you guys were on it tonight. What a awesome race. And you had a little bit more to lean on with the side panel, so I think you're a little bit more forgiving than a lot of them. But, man, tell me who all you got to thank.
Really just Welch. I don't know who else helps him on this thing, but this kind of was sort of a joke 4 races ago, and here we are with 3 wins now. So I guess we'll see what we got.
Flying Ryan Ayers picks his 3rd win of the season in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. Caleb Kennard runs in 2nd in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series at Hoosier Tire Night here at the DNQ Karting Series. Have you ever been in a race that it was that tense and that action-packed the entire time?
Most definitely not, man. I heard my spotter one time say 6 wide, I think. Man, it was just, the top had so much momentum. You could really pull a huge slider on the bottom. I mean, this class just provides awesome racing.
And the Hoosier Tire Night, and they do a great job with this tire, and it's producing great racing, more karts each and every week. This tire is where it's at right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely the most fun racing you got right now. I mean, we run everywhere, anywhere from asphalt buggies to Thanksgiving Thunder. But this right here is most definitely the absolute funnest thing you can do in a go-kart.
Tell me who all you got to thank.
Definitely Mike Ward for the chassis. He does an awesome job with that. 5-star tire specialist. We was able to get stagger and all that stuff right. Actually, I also got to thank Eric Riggins. He helped me a lot on these things. So I got to say a huge thanks to him, my spotter, Amber Lynn, fast forward clutches, nitro gears, just everyone involved.
Caleb Kennard runs second tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series at Hoosier Tire Night. Third tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series here at the Hoosier Tire Night. And Mike Contarino, you led a lot of the race right there in the middle of the portion, and those last 5 laps. How can you categorize that, and how can you describe all that, what happened?
It was an awesome race. My kart was good. I haven't ran good all year, and it feels good to run good, and Ryan got me at the end. I knew coming to the last lap, they didn't dive under me, that it was going to happen going into 3, and I was a sitting duck. Whatever I did, they were doing the opposite. So, but all in all, it was an awesome race.
Being an ex-driver, I can only imagine what you said when you seen all those karts come across the racetrack right there on the last lap.
Oh, it was, I seen them all, and the only thing I could do is just dive under all of them and try to make up some time, and I ended up 3rd. But hey, it was a hell of a day. Good race.
Third place tonight in the Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series here at Hoosier Tire Night. Mike Contarino, sponsored by Busch.
Pink Magic Tire Prep ARCA Series starting lineup. On the pole is Dustin Dunn with Dylan Teasley, Young's Motorsports front row.
Yeah, first time that's ever been said. Jeffrey Martin and Ronnie Carroll, row number 2.
Ryan Millington and Morbdale Sr., John King.
You got a lot of Dales in this field. I'll have to do a better job of getting pictures. Graham Holler and Adam Schuler.
Hampton Carter and Zach Campolagna.
And Curtis Beeson and Anthony Kidwell.
Mike Bumgardner is starting to be a main stable in this series, and Randall Beck will be in the next row.
Justin Lamb and Noah Martin.
John Jarrell and Thomas Markham.
There you go. Thomas Back Markham in the back of the field. This is the ARCA Series made for amateur racers. So you get a lot of guys who are just starting out in go-kart racing. This is for you. Look up the rules online, and here we are. Dustin Dunn and Dylan Teasley leading the field in the Young's Motorsports entries as they head down into 1 as the green is out. And we've got one more race after this. It's 2 races to go. Ronnie Carroll is in the points lead here. Frank Kimmel doing a great job, and he's pretty close to winning this championship, locking it up tonight. He has a pretty good finish.
Yeah, it's not going to take much effort from that neon orange machine to wrap it up. Although he's getting shuffled back. I mean, we don't normally see that out of him. Qualified good, ran good in his heat race, but now I don't know if he's just waiting for his tires to come in or what. He goes from 4th all the way back to 6th.
Yeah, Dunn and Teasley are out front, but it's starting to be a mini trend here as we've got one slow falling towards the back. But even 2 weeks ago, the last full series race we had, Ronnie Carroll, he fell back. Some of the young guns like Bumgardner and whatnot were really putting a whooping on him. So we'll see if maybe he's found some youth. Maybe he's got those gas station dick pills flowing through him. He's got some energy, and he's going to go right to the front.
Yeah, you never know what you can find at a gas station. Some horny goat weed or, the Stamina RX, pills.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. He does tractor repairs, so it's a very good possibility. He's very frequent with that.
Ronnie, we pick on you. We love you at CTTR. We appreciate your sponsorship. Thank you. Love you.
Oh,
Dustin Dunn got in the Angel Dust, and he put a dusting on the top groove there, and that opened the door for Ratchet Jaws Dylan Teasley, and he's going to go to the lead as Dunn's still battling with him, and Pickle is smiling ear to ear right now because he's done tires on both of these cars.
yeah, I wonder if Tyler Young will give him a double bonus if these guys finish 1-2. Probably not, but he might get a double lap dance out of it.
I would appreciate either one. As we notice here, Bob, this is the prep class, right? So these guys aren't beating down the boards. As you can see, the berm that's been cut down there after some feedback from the drivers the last couple weeks. You got everyone bottom feeding down on the gutter. You got that PCP Angel Dust building up at the top. We're starting to get a race for the top 4 here. Teasley's getting run down by Dunn, and 2 more carts are catching up. Who's that in 3rd and 4th there, Bob? I'm blind and drunk.
Jeffrey Martin and Ryan Millington are the other carts there, and we've got a caution out. That is the 21 machine. Go and bring the caution out. I don't know who that is. So we had like 5 attempts at restarts because Teasley would roll so fast. So here is the one that worked out as we go back green. Dylan Teasley does not know how to restart. So
First time he's ever
he
been in the
rolls-
lead. Can't really blame him.
Yeah, he rolls wide open when he gets to the restart zone, but here we go.
Really, really
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
I legitimately cut 3 restarts out because he couldn't figure it out at first. We had to stop and tell him to do that. So, yeah, like you touched on earlier, JC, this is traditional go-karting, so the tires can be prepped in this series. And I know that there is a heavy concoction of cocktail mixes of what prep you want to run and what's good here, what's not. I've heard goat pee. I've heard all things before, but I guess once you settle on something and you use it, it works. And for Dylan Teasley right now, he is running the race of his life. So it's got whatever he's got has to be working.
Well, Noah Pickler and Tyler Young. Oh, we got one upside down.
Curtis Beeson just wanted to see what the dirt looks like off of turn number 2. Let's take a look at that again.
Woo!
Wow.
Big ride there. He gets
Man.
upside down.
Hey, oh.
Did he just catch the berm the wrong way on the outside there?
No, he was 3 wide and somebody got into him there, right reared him. But he is okay. Refused medical help. Said, I don't need that shit. Exact
Tough
words.
as nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. We are back under green. Ratchet Jaws will take the lead. Anthony Kidwell trying to stick it in there on old Dustin Dunn. And we got Ronnie Carroll with a solid top 5 run so far.
Yeah, Dustin Dunn back to 4th now after leading some laps. Ratchet Jaws back out front. Ronnie Carroll trying to sneak up into the top 4 now. Top 5 position for him at the moment. But we were talking about the concoction on the Young's Motorsports tires. Dylan Dunn, Dustin Dunn, whatever. Who the hell? I'm done. Somebody needs to, probably get that man a Sprite and vodka after this race, because that's what's going to be going on those tires here probably for the next feature.
Man, they just split that 7 like that. That was pretty good. Oh, you must have a throttle issue. I was like, there's no way you get split like that wide open.
I see him reaching back there, trying to run the motor with one hand and drive with the other. Making it work out so far. This man's an amateur professional. Seems like he's got it fixed on the fly.
Speaking of which, Carroll's is getting handed by Hampton Carter and Mike Bumgardner, and now we're filming nothing. And there we go. Now we're back. So 3 carts there, gooch to gooch. That's kind of our youth movement guys with the old crafty veteran Frank Kimmel there, part of that as well. All right, now it's all Ratchet Jaws, Dylan Teasley in the 02 and the 17 as we've got a huge wreck down the backstretch. Thomas Markham. That's his 50th race on that body, and it's finally killed. See what happens here.
Looks like, we just get crossed up.
You just hook a left rear.
Yeah.
I mean, see what happened. It just got humped.
One of them racing deals. Rip the front end off of that machine. Get back
Clip
to
it.
it.
All right, green flag back out. Young's Motorsports, Dustin Dunn chose the top. Tried to make it 3 wide there in the 17 machine was Ryan Millington. Couldn't do it. Dustin Dunn on the outside, hanging tough.
Bumgardner, who started in the back, quietly made his way up to 3rd, the side-by-side for the lead. Good, clean racing from that Young's Motorsports group. That 02 machine running the best set numbers ever have. He retakes the lead. He's only got a few laps left to hold off Dustin Dunn, but Dustin is not giving up yet. He says, Ratchet Jaws, I work with you. I know how stupid you are. I'm going to drive this sumbitch in there.
They know.
Do you think Tyler Young is shaking with his can of Bud Light right now? He doesn't want to kill 2 machines as the cuts back underneath Dustin Dunn.
It's good, clean, hard racing, but they're racing each other pretty fair right now. You wonder if the bosses get on the radio and tell those 2 boys to simmer down here. I am writing checks for both your go-karts this week.
A lot of side drafting going on. Ratchet Jaws able to make it work, and Dustin spins himself. He goes from 2nd amateur mistake. Dylan Teasley showing him how to get it done. What heartbreak for Dustin Dunn and that Young's Motorsports 2nd entry. And Dylan Teasley takes his first ever DNQ feature.
DNQ Pink Magic ARCA Series, Dylan Teasley, your winner tonight, getting his first career win. And there is beer everywhere. There's a Coors in there mixed too. Dylan Teasley, your Pink Magic ARCA Series winner here at Hoosier Tire Night. Man, you had a fast car all night. You stayed up there in the front, and there was a lot of mayhem happening behind you, but you had your hands full with the 59 car. What was that like? You guys raced a side-by-side a lot out there.
Yeah, that was pretty good racing. A little stressful the last couple laps, but we hang in there, got it done.
and then you and him got together coming to the white flag, and he spun out. Did you know that you felt that you had this race won, and that's all you had to do was just go make your turns, or did you know what happened back there?
I just felt him hit me in the bumper, and that was about it. I knew I had it then.
Young's Motorsports, you guys are going to celebrate pretty hard tonight, ain't you? Well, you got to go through Tech first.
Yeah, we'll probably party pretty hard either way. We still get our picture made.
Tell me who all you got to thank that helped you get the win here tonight here at Millbridge Speedway.
I got Pickle, Tyler, Jordan, Giffy, Colin, Adam, Damien, my dad.
And the Young's Motorsports 02, Dylan Teasley, your Pink Magic ARCA Series winner here tonight. Hoosier Tire night here at Millbridge Speedway for the DNQ Pink Magic ARCA Series. And Carter Hampton, you had a hard fought second place finish. I think you started about 10th and you ended up second. I don't know how. You about killed some old man out of back straightaway, and it was wild back there. So talk to me about that. You had to fight a lot up through traffic.
I don't know. It's all about luck, it seems like.
I mean, a lot of it has to do with luck. I mean, luck's better than skill really much any day.
I agree.
So tell me who all you got to thank that helped you get this cart here to the racetrack and get you a good second place finish.
Oh, I just like to thank Alex and Matt and Dad and Jeff and just everyone that's gotten me to this point.
And that is Carter Hampton, second tonight here at the Pink Magic ARCA Series Hoosier Tire Night, Millbridge Speedway. Pretty sure the only driver with braces here in the Pink Magic ARCA Series here at the DNQ Karting Series, presented by Filthy Mechanic, and Michael Bumgarner. You had to fight up through traffic too, just like Carter, and it was a wild race out there. So talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was crazy starting from 14th. We had to battle back, and everybody was running over everybody. It was complete chaos. Somehow we made it up through there and we wound up finishing third, which I was happy with that. Cart, we can get a little bit better for the next race, but I feel like we'll have a good shot for the next one.
You've run over a few people too, maybe me, I don't know, but yeah, maybe at the intercourse race. But man, you still got to go through Tech. But tell me who all you got to thank.
My mom, my dad, and well, I don't have a motor builder to thank because that thing's bone stock. But other than that, my mom, my dad, and that's about it.
Harbor Freight supplies these engines every week. Michael Bumgarner, third place here at the DNQ Karting Series Pink Magic ARCA Series.
Tremendously in a year as green flag is out. We're underway. Joey Gase leading the field, and he's been pretty good here in this Goodies Dash series. He's won a bunch of the races and is trying to do it again tonight as Josh Long makes a move underneath the bottom there and gets to starting to head to the front.
We've had some wicked starts here tonight. I don't think we've had a start yet that hasn't been 4 wide.
You know, I'm waiting for this class to move up against the fence. I think they're all still hesitant to get up there. I don't know if it's the lack of stagger in these smaller tires that's keeping them on the bottom, but it's just interesting to see that with these different Hoosier tires on Hoosier night, you know, what the line is and where the speed's to be made is Joey Gase is showing them how to get it done as they go down the front stretch.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this series run for $500 in November for the Hoosier Nationals. That's going to be fun to watch, and that's going to be a really big event. We just added champ carts and buggies to that as well, and all treaded tires from Hoosier, and I'm very excited about this November 13th and 14th, and I mean, I cannot wait to watch not only the Dash series, but all the other series run out there on that night.
Yeah, that's an exciting event for the DNQ series. You know, we've been growing over the years, and we got one in the infield right now. Looks like he's taking a smoke break. The battle is for second, though. Mike Contarino inside of Magic Mike Melton. Oh, maybe that's third. Joey Gase is checked out. He's got that shit rolling.
Yeah, and in the points, it's Mike Contarino and Mike Melton. Melton's got the slight lead, so Contarino needs to get as many points as he can on Melton tonight.
You wonder if he's going to continue to be aggressive, or he's just going to bide his time and try to get a good points finish, because it's, where you end at the end of the season is kind of some bragging rights, as we're 2x2. The 71 machines on the bottom gets another position heading towards the front.
Yeah, these two have battled each other all year long, and even last year it came down to these two for the championship along with Ronnie Shirk. But Mike and Mike's show, man, and those two, even when we talked to them during the shutdown, that they said, hey, you know what, we don't like racing each other. That whole group over there, we don't like racing them. So it's a good rivalry.
Yeah, it is, and it's really pays off for the fans of the DNQ Series. Here we see a battle, I think, for like 4th or 5th. I don't know. Is that Jen Welsh on the 71 machine there?
No, that is Josh Schlong and Brandon Connard along with Ryan Richmond.
Where's Jen Welsh?
In that battle as well. I don't know. Towards the middle back there. There's got some guys going to the top there. I mean, I think the stagger doesn't give you as much scrub, and when you have the stagger, you can actually get momentum. But I don't know. Let's see. Some nights
that's a good
we've
shot
seen them go up there and run good.
You can definitely see how much longer of a lap it is as we go on board with David Backmark, and we can see everything in front of us. You see how much longer of a lap it is to get up around the top there. So you really need to have that momentum rolling. If you're
Quentin Haley's got it rolling right now. That's who's up top right there is Quentin Haley. I think he's too big to run the bottom, and he keeps his momentum up top.
He's got that.
He literally said that. Like, that's a legit comment
that
from
left side weight sitting on
Justin.
that left rear, and it's digging, and he's got that momentum coming off the turn here. As Contarino's got a challenge on the inside from who's in the 71?
Ryan Ayers, our winner from the Pro Cup Series earlier tonight, is trying to make a move on Contarino, and I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he did pass Melton, so he's out in front of him, but Contarino will go to second now and see if he can run down Joey Gase as a caution is out. That is going to be our 5 to go. Man, I'm excited to see what happens here on this restart as Gase leads the field. We are back under green, 5 laps left.
Yeah, Contarino with 1 race under his belt tonight sticks it in there on the outside. Can he make it work? Then outside, we know gets a big run. He's on the outside of Joey Gase for the lead. Joey barely sneaks up. No, Contarino comes back, giving him hell on the outside.
Side drafting the shit out of him, trying to keep him pulling back each lap. Looks like it's working, Jason.
It is, and Ayers is right there in third, trying to take advantage of any mistake the top 2 make. But Joey Gase driving like a bat out of hell, trying to keep Contarino behind. He's failing. Contarino down the inside in 3 and 4. He takes over the top spot, but Gase fights back on the outside.
2 laps to go. It's all Gase and Contarino with Ryan Ayers watching in the bird seat.
Yeah, Contarino's really digging and clawing down there on the bottom, seeing if he can slide up in front of Joey Gase. 1 more lap to go for Mike Contarino. Hell of a battle. He gets the pass done, slides up. Joey Gase comes back on the inside. He's going to bring it back. 1 more corner to go. Slides up in front of Contarino. Joey Gase takes the checkers here at Millbridge.
Your 5-star tire specialties Goodies Dash winner Joey Gase, and you and Mike Contarino run side by side right there. It wasn't a shit show like the last 2 races were, and you guys actually raced right there, and it was an awesome race. So what was it like from the driver's seat right there with you and the 18 of Mike Contarino?
It was a lot of fun. Mike and I, we raced each other really hard but clean, and I was a little worried, the 5 to go either normally helps you or hurts you, and when you're a leader, you definitely don't want it. We caught that lap traffic. I was really hoping that Joey Gase guy wasn't going to ruin the race for me, but luckily I was able to get it done, unlike Kyle was on Saturday night.
Oh, and you sure got it done like that on Monday night here at DNQ Series, but tell me who all you got to thank that helps a part of this program and get you here every week. And you've got 3 wins on the season, and I'm sure that feels really good for you.
Yeah, it does for sure. I got to thank Hunter from Pit Stop Performance for getting me ready and helping me out here tonight, and Tiny, who's normally here, who couldn't make it, and definitely, my wife for watching the kids tonight so I can come out here and do this.
And Joey Gase, with the nicest helmet in the Dash Series, gets the win, his 3rd win of the season with the 5-star tire specialties Goodies Dash Series here on Hoosier Tire Night. Bridesmaid spot again from Mike Contarino, and bittersweet for you. You've had a fast piece all night, just hasn't been able to get it done. And do you think about maybe just running across the racetrack and just stopping in front of the field next time, or what?
That's a good possibility. I need to work on my my finish, and not the not the beginning. I need to finish better. But no, we've been fast, and Joey, we put on a good show battling side by side the last few laps there, and I didn't think I had anything for him on the top. I think he had the advantage just a little bit on the bottom, so I tried to cross him, and it just didn't work, and he got the better of me. But bridesmaid again tonight, so.
In Pro Cup race, you guys were all over the racetrack. It was a little bit different in this race with the way the tires are and the way this the left front tire on these carts on all four corners is. How much did it change the racing out there just from a driver's perspective, from running just the regular small tires on the left, big tires on the right, and having all of them on all four corners?
Yeah, the dash it's mostly about momentum, where you don't want it to pitch out as much, but it's mostly a momentum, get in line and try to just keep your momentum going. But that's the only difference between them. I mean, we run good lap times in them, and they handle just as good.
Second place tonight here, Hoosier Tire Night for the 5-Star Specialties Goodies Dash Series, the bridesmaid spot, Mike Contarino. Coming home third in the second groomsman spot tonight, and Ryan Ayers, man, you ended up coming up home on third here in the 5-Star Tire Specialties Goodies Dash Series. So you had to fight up a little bit through there as well, and you were in the battle, but wasn't quite enough to get up there to challenge Joey.
Nah, the nose got messed up in that last race, but right off the 2, it was a little dragging a little bit, but just a little bit too tight, but not a bad finish.
And we already tell you who all you got to thank. But anyway, the side panels, how does that help you on the go-kart? Because you can lean them on a little bit harder than most people can.
Hell, I don't know. I mean, they look cool, but it is definitely a lot more downforce, I guess.
Does Randy LaJoy help on the seating of this thing? I see the seat cover in there.
It definitely makes sure that we're nice and snug in there, but
safe mostly.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Even though we don't wear seatbelts anyway. But third place tonight, Flying Ryan Ayers for the 5-Star Spire Specialties Goodies Dash Series.
Carroll Tractor and Trailer Repair Bush Series starting. Lineup on the pole is Daniel Armstrong and Alex Cunningham on the outside pole.
Long first row. Row number 2, Ryan Millington and John Tidwell.
Row 3, Graham Holler and Bobby Showtime in the 5.
Holla, holla, holla. We them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla. That's all I think about every time I listen to that.
We them boys. There's a show learner easily.
Jaws.
Johnny Oliverio, third in points. We talked to him earlier, and Rob Bates.
Chris Neal and Dustin Dunn. We got a couple multi-race guys here.
Bush Series 390, same thing as ARCA, just a little bit more experience. And I say that lightly because half the field runs that, and then they run this too. So whatever. You got what you got. All right, Daniel Armstrong was the points leader. Got caught prepping tires, and we took his points lead away. So he is at 0 points lead over Robert Showalter as we go green. A little bit shorter of a field for tonight's Bush Series feature, but we'll see what happens. And Armstrong and Showalter are the only two really running for this championship. Nobody else is anywhere close.
Yeah, well, starting on the pole and leading every lap is a good way to get your points lead back. Hopefully he passes tech this time if he does pull this off. If not, we'll ship his ass to the rear again.
I have
Showalter back there in 5th. Yeah. Showalter back there in 5th. Going to head into 3rd. And Alex Cunningham back in the series again. Glad to see him out running Chicken Hawk. Just had a child. So congratulations to Alex Cunningham. Had a little boy over the last couple nights. And I'm sure he'll be running one of these races if we still do it in a couple years from now.
Yeah, a little Peeper running around there. Just hatched an egg. So, yeah, Bobby Showtime not letting these guys get too far away. Alex Cunningham, you know, he's run really good in the DNQ Series here before. Always runs good at Millbridge. But, man, Daniel Armstrong is making these boys look silly.
Yeah, you know what? I got to – Showalter's turned his program up. I mean, he won the All-Star race and drove away from some of the best in the country. So I don't know if he can catch him tonight, but he's definitely done better, as you said.
Yeah, and his tire samples have been coming back clean. Him and Cunningham are having a great battle here for P2. You know, you said he's just been working hard, digging, building that notebook. Him and the whole team are sharing information, trying each other's setups. and it's working out well for him. And he's up front early. Usually, he's running 4th, 5th, 6th for the first half of the race. You see him come on later, but he's running a solid P2. He's got one around turn 2. I don't know who that is. And then 21.
Chris Neal goes for a spin. Chris Neal. All right. That's right. Here we go. Going back green here. And this is another prep class. This is prep Maxxis tires. So these guys will not venture to the top at all for any reason as we go back green. And here's Dustin Dunn, who, never mind, as Alex goes to the top. Dustin Dunn is out here running third. He ran very well in that ARCA feature, and maybe they learned something, but probably just put the same tires on and ran.
He did. He might get the Hard Charger award, too, because he started almost dead hammer last. But speaking of Chicken Hawk, he's chasing down that red rocket of Daniel Armstrong, trying to make that thing come back his way. But it's going to be tough.
Waffle belly cam right there. Man, this racing compared to like the Pro Cup Series and Cup Series is semi-boring to watch. This is dirt go-kart racing in the Southeast, or actually everywhere across the world. JZ is basically how this runs.
Yeah, and you're right. It's kind of like, you get your first dry hand job when you're 14, and you're all excited about it. By the time you start getting late, all the time you don't care anymore. We're kind of like on the dry hand job of go-kart driving right now with all the Hoosiers we do and the exciting races. I mean, we had a 4-wide finish here at the Checkers earlier tonight, and now we got Bumgardner here and the gentleman in the 17. I forgot his name already. Was it Kidwell?
I don't remember.
Who cares?
It is Ryan Millington. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But anyways, I mean, there's a rare side-by-side battle, but again, it's not the same. With the gear rule, the Busch Series sells the gear rule, correct, Bob?
Yes.
With the gear rule and the prep tires, you're kind of in a tight box, and you can't get too creative like you can with some of the treaded classes where you put it either on the driver or if you do in Cup. You have an open gear rule, and you can kind of get creative and see what you want to do. So, again, this is what you see. Winning like Armstrong is, even though Bobby Showtime's starting to run him down here. I'm sure Armstrong can hear the footsteps in the back of his helmet. It's just a different style of racing, that's all.
Now, JZ, we're looking at the battle here for, I don't know, probably 16th. Ratchet Jaws, he already got one win under his belt tonight in another series. Why is he running so poorly in this class? Is it just the difference in talent between the two series, or the difference in rule package, the difference in tire, as we see our 5 to go caution? What explains his poor run?
I think it's kind of like when Kyle Busch doesn't run a truck series race, right? All of a sudden, Christian Eckers has a chance to win. As we're beating and banging and turning each other around, as we got one facing the wrong way in the wrecked Bobby Ellison throwback paint scheme. Bumgardner.
Caution was for the restart, not for the spin. As we go back green, and Dunn gets destroyed on that start too.
He went from second to last.
Man, tough break for him as Showalter now in second with Bumgardner in third. And we'll see. And we got Johnny O going around there on the back stretch. That's going to bring out the caution because he's going to sit there. Okay, let's see what happened there. Straight up dumped by where the hell that was. Probably Millington.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Sure enough. Not really one of those racing deals at all.
No. I think it was Ryan Millington dumped him. Here we go. Going to go back green again. Only a few laps to go. See what they can do here in that 42. John King on the outside trying to hang tough. Cannot do it as Showalter and Armstrong skate away and the rest of the field digging.
Yeah, I'm looking at the nose cone of Bobby Showtime. It looks like the right side of that is just barely touching the ground. I wonder if that's shutting off the air to the bottom of that go-kart and making it shove a little bit, and that might be holding him back some from Daniel Armstrong.
It could be. He's already one position behind. He's in that dirty air, and the balance could just be off because we have one around in the infield. That's Chris Neal. Had the first name right.
We've had enough of this shit.
Yeah.
We've had enough of this shit. Single file restarts now.
Yeah.
So
here we go.
Come on. Single file restart. Showalter going to get the big arc on Armstrong. Can he make it happen? And this is a green-white checker. White flag in the air.
No, but the battle is for third. Bumgardner slides up there, can't hang on to it. He gets back. Ratchet Jaws trying to get a podium, gets his left rear jump, Armstrong takes the win. Second place goes to Bobby Showtime. Ratchet Jaws, after we talked all that
Hoosier
shit,
Tire Night
finishes
here at the
third.
DNQ Karting Series. Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair. Daniel Armstrong, flag to flag once again, and this thing was on point and on rails tonight, and I don't think anybody had anything for you. And Showalter even come and say he didn't have anything at all, so I'm sure it was a pretty sweet ride out there.
Yeah, it was good. I just I actually went too soft for once, so it give up, but you know, with all them restarts and all, it would survive a couple laps, which is what you needed. So we got this one. You know, we're trying to win the points, see what we got, one left, and then I don't know, this next one ought to be fun, so we'll go get ready for it.
Yeah, what's your thoughts about that? I'm sure you're excited about running the Cup Series.
It's all right. I don't know. I'm used to traditional go-kart racing, and you know, apparently there's a group of people that don't like it, so we're gonna come over here and see if we can ride the high side and win one.
Daniel Armstrong, your Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series winner here on Hoosier Tire Night. Coming home second in the Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series, Robert Showalter. And you told Armstrong you didn't really have anything for him. It looks like you were just right there and just kind of just locked in where you needed to be, and that was about all you had for it.
Yeah, we're points racing now, so I mean, I would like to beat them, but we finished behind them, so we're still close. It's going to come down to the fall final, and yeah, I just couldn't get through the bumps like he did in 1 and 2, and he was getting me there, and you know, I'd mess up every once in a while and get back ground, but all in all, I'm happy where we finished at. I had guys behind me beating the shit out of my bumper and dooring the stuff inside of me, so all in all, I can't complain. We're still there in the points, and just got to beat them next week. Maybe we'll go into a tiebreaker or some shit.
Second place tonight, he don't really give a shit either, is Robert Showalter, your Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series here at DNQ Hoosier Tire Night. Coming home third in the Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series, Ratchet Jaw, Dylan Teasley. And you were on the ARCA race. It's official now. You are the winner of that. And this is a career night for you right there. I'm sure, I don't even know how many beers you're going to drink tonight. You're probably not going to really round off after about 5 or so.
No, I probably won't stop tonight. Probably be a little late to work tomorrow, too. Gonna party all night. It's a pretty good night for us. Took advantage of the last corner there when the other two got tangled up and went underneath them. But yeah, it was a pretty good night.
What are some things you've learned about this with the prep tires? And you've been working. You've been getting faster and better every week. You've had a lot of support behind you, and tell me who all you got to thank that's helped you grow each and every race.
I got to thank Pickle. He does the tires, and Adam Wilcox and Damien and Colin, Tyler Young, my dad for letting me do this. But yeah, Pickle does a good job with the tires, so I got to thank him a bunch.
Dylan Teasley coming home third tonight in the Carroll Tractor Trailer Repair Busch Series at Hoosier Tire Night.
Ghostface Brewing Cup Series starting lineup, and on the invert, Daniel Armstrong will get the pole with Jimmy Allen Jr. on the outside.
Row number 2, Bobby Showtime and Eric Riggins.
Row 3, the bad kitty Adam Welch and veteran LJ McCleary outside of him.
Mike Rott and Austin Allen will be in our next row.
Jimmy Allen Sr. and Ryan Richmond in row number 7.
CJ Winslow and Crossthread Smith.
Tyson Freeze making his first treaded cup start along with Dirty Air Donald Colwell.
Sean Allen and Nick Stroop starting a little bit further back than he's used to.
Jake Owings and Brandon Josie.
Here is the rules for the Cup Series. 410 AKRA clones. Here's the tires, the durometer, blah, 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 blah. We do test for chemical in the tire. Nick Stroop had an engine issue. We don't drop these last 2 races in points. So he had to figure it out. Won the B main, transferred through. He's going to have his hands full tonight. As Jimmy Allen Jr. will have an in-cart camera for tonight. He'll be starting from the outside pole. Leader chose the top. So Armstrong running his first Cup race as well will start from the top, and the go-kart guys transferring to this don't really do very well, the true karters, so it'll be very interesting to see how Armstrong does as he is going to take the green. And here we go, the big dicks are back in town. Green flag underway.
Here we go, all the way up to the top right away. Off to start with that big run. Whoa, almost runs him over. I mean, he was a cart length behind, passed him, and then slid up a cart length ahead of him in one straightaway.
Yeah, Armstrong looked to the left and saw Jimmy Allen sitting there and said, I'm having none of it. As he bounces the right side of his go-kart off the berm, Allen and Bobby Showtime get by, and he hits the right side against the boards a second time.
Adam Welsh pushing him up against it. This is the stuff we got to get under control. Is just what Riggins just did to Welsh. That's not good. That's not good at all. Like, that's, I mean, next race we're going to tilt the top side down a little bit anyway to get these guys way off the fence. But here we go. Showalter making the battle for the lead. Going to pull a slider on Allen. Can he get him back?
Oh, he makes it work almost. What a view when you see that slider coming. I mean, this is a hell of a race. I was listening to an interview. Here comes Riggins with his own slider. I was listening to it.
And the red flag is out. Jimmy Allen Sr. had a moment there, which something we've seen quite often here in this series. Wreck in front of him, and he chose to run the wall in front of the wreck. So that's going to bring out the red flag.
On the bottom of his nose cone?
Yes, he does. Guys wrecked in front of him, and he went around, and I could tell the future. He had a couple broken ribs, so
yeah,
went to the hospital just trying to avoid a wreck. I mean, don't go by the wall if you're going to avoid a wreck. I mean, it's kind of what happens.
Wishing you a speedy recovery.
That's for sure.
Yeah, speedy recovery to Jimmy Allen Sr. as Jimmy Allen Jr. will restart this thing on the bottom, and he is going to try to take the short way around on Showalter. He will do it, go to the lead.
Whoa, what a run Showalter had to check up. You see, that's the risky run when you choose the top. Is
Stroop goes around.
But,
that's our points leader. That's a big deal right there as Welsh up in the rough stuff again.
Absolutely.
These guys got to calm down. These guys got to calm down. I mean, you watch this racing, they're going pretty fast with clones, but this stuff's out of control. These guys are
this
3
is
wide.
the best racing I've ever seen.
Yeah, here we go.
Armstrong
Slicing
way to the inside, slides up in front of Allen, left rear. Oh, Allen slides into the infield after Armstrong left rears Welch. No caution. We're still green, Bob.
Jimmy Allen was the third guy in that wreck.
Yeah, no doubt. The Bad Kitty having a good run tonight. He's up to third, and he's been struggling the last couple of races. Caution. Back out on the racetrack, and another flipper. Dirty air, Donald Caldwell. Let's take a look and see what happened there. Sean Allen couldn't finish a slider, and the field checks up top. And that's going to bring out the caution. Yeah, look at that. Just
nowhere to go.
That's low experience is all that is. Just you got to make sure you're clear. Caldwell went for a hell of a ride there.
Yeah.
He's okay, though.
I'm not saying it's sprint cars, but it's kind of like sprint cars where you stomp on the brake and all of a sudden the cart goes straight and you're in the wall. There's no way to really save it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to make sure you're going to clear somebody if you're going to pull a slider when everybody's up top.
Almost lost our DNQ cam there.
Yeah, almost did. Caldwell fired that thing back up. He's in the back of the field. He's still digging.
Hell yeah. I would hate to lose
Here we go.
$30 on our camera there.
Showalter, the leader, chose the top. Riggins to the bottom. 3 wide on the restart.
LJ McCleary trying to make some hay. Can't quite get it done. Eric Riggins and Bad Kitty battling for second.
Look at Tyson Freeze up towards the front of this field. Last year's Cup champion giving it a shot. He's trying to make a move for third.
Yeah, it looks like he almost makes it stick. He's starting to get the hang of it. He's only run a couple times this year. Not as good as he's been in the past years here in DNQ. What a hornet's nest back there for 10th.
Yeah, this is experienced racers only. You look at this racing right here, you have to be experienced. And look at these guys up front. All big car experience towards the front of this field.
Not an inch given anywhere. But it looks like the 5 car is running away. All he's doing is hitting his marks, running that wall. I was listening to an interview from Anthony Macri, telling us how he runs Port Royal, how he aims for that right rear, banging off the wall. We've seen that a couple of times here tonight at Millbridge. It makes you wonder if these guys are doing some of that on purpose and just crossing that line too much, or some of those inexperienced guys don't know where the line is yet at all.
Yeah.
On board with Austin Allen, still trying to work over Richmond.
Yeah, look at Bobby Showtime stinking up the feature here as Armstrong's running in second. Bad Kitty third. Riggins a surprising fourth. I don't know, maybe his tires, his pressure's just got to come up a little bit more, or that groove's worked in a little bit more than he's used to along the top. But surprising to see Riggins down in fourth spot as we have a challenge here for second spot. Bad Kitty trying to work over Armstrong, gets to the left rear. Can't quite make the left-hand turn as they continue for another lap here at Millbridge.
Yeah, these two hate each other. They've been beating the shit out of each other all night. So I would not be surprised to see Welsh go after Armstrong here pretty bad.
Yeah, you know, Armstrong ran really good in the race before this, but man, Bobby Showtime really showing him how to get it done here with the treads.
You know, Armstrong's actually impressing me a little bit because real go-kart guys usually come here and don't run as well. And you get guys that have run dirt stuff before, but he's hanging tough right here tonight.
He's doing well. The first few laps, it was a little shaky. You could see him grabbing a handful of opposite lock as we're on the DNQ wall cam here. As we would do a crank it up if I didn't like to hear myself talk so much over a microphone. And, you know, he's settled down. He's starting to make some good time. You notice that cart's staying in line. It's not in yaw as much. He's not bouncing it off the outside fence. And, you know, I think he's starting to slowly figure it out. And maybe next time out, he'll be a factor for the win if Bobby Showtime doesn't, you know, whip it out and smack everyone in the face with it again.
Yeah, Welsh doing a good job here in third. And Stroop looked like he was up to about 6th place after spinning out and doing all that stuff, too. And lap traffic now is starting to play a factor in this race. As a couple guys are still staying up top.
Yeah, the leaders have caught lap traffic now, but it looks like the lap cars have kind of got it figured out where they need to stay on the middle to the bottom, let the leaders have the top and race it out. Props to those guys for knowing exactly what to do. We don't see that in the lower classes at all. But here comes the move.
Except for right now. That Cole Wells up there racing the leaders. They're going to split them 3 wide.
Puts them 3 wide.
Oh, no.
Oh, he goes over.
Oh, Donnie.
Flip number 2 for Dirty Air Don. Good to see him get up under his own power and
yeah, he's holding that wrist pretty hard. He did break the wrist. Had to have surgery and plates put in on it. He broke it pretty good. Well, let's see what happened in this wreck. He's trying to get down a groove to let these guys go and washes up hard on this deal and gets into Welsh.
Can't quite keep it pinned down. Welsh already banged it off the curb, sends Donnie around, and Riggins just there to clean him up.
Yeah, that's where the experience comes into play. Someone with some more events under his belt would know just to lift there and keep that right front off of Welch. But, hey, we live and we learn. Hopefully he heals up good and will come back stronger the next time.
Yeah, you have a brake pedal on these things. I mean, I have seen a lot of wrecks where I don't believe that's the case as we go back green. And look at the runs from Showalter.
Riggins with a big slider in front of the field puts himself in a good spot to keep it on top. But,
oh, you're kidding.
He gets Mike Rott, who just does a 360 and keeps on digging. That opens the door for Allen Show. Oh, God. This is wild.
Let's give a shout-out to Jimmy Allen Jr. and Stroop, who both got sent to the back earlier in tonight's feature, and they're running in the top 5 already.
Yeah. Oh, there's the inexperience from Armstrong. Nick Stroop gets a 2-for-1.
Man, that's a little rough right there. Next race will be tilling down the wall 4 feet, so it'll be a little bit harder to run that close to the fence for safety reasons, obvious safety reasons. But look at, I mean, the racing here is unreal.
You know, we've said it so many times before, but look at Eric Riggins and Nick Stroop in the top 3.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not sure Showalter's driven anything big in his life, but he's actually making it happen here tonight. Looking for his first Cup win as the white flag is out.
Yeah, 1 more lap to go. It's not going to take much for him to just dominating fashion take this race. Here he comes around, crosses the line. Bobby Showtime takes the feature win.
Showtime.
And the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series in a wild 30 laps, and it seemed like we were on like lap 8 for forever, and you know, and that was a wild wreck. And then one going out, Jimmy Allen Sr. going out on the backboard, and a few other drivers flipping. And you know, what was it like just being composed in the seat through that entire time? You were out front pretty much the whole race, but I'm sure that was kind of irritating running all those caution laps and just trying to get the race done.
Hope Jimmy Allen Sr. gets well soon, and hopefully nothing's broken too bad on him. And then pray for the family and everybody. Yeah, so up there on the top, and if you didn't hit it just right, you're bouncing around and hitting the wall and driving with the wall, and then the mud would pull your front in. And so, I mean, you got to have a little bit of talent to do this, and being up there on the wall like that, it's pretty sketchy. But yeah, we cart ran good. We did some found some front end geometry adjustments from last week to this week. It tightened this thing up better than I could drive a little bit. But yeah, man, that was a hell of a win.
And you switched to Kevin Smith horsepower as well. You were on PMP. You switched to Kevin Smith horsepower as well. And it looks like maybe the power plant might have helped you out too. And a few other things got right tonight. You finally got your couple win.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, hats off to KSR on the motor we got from him 2 weeks ago. That thing runs great. Yeah, cup win. I can get it going.
Ghostface Brewing Cup Series tonight here at Hoosier Tire Night. Robert Showalter with the win. Second tonight in the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series at Hoosier Tire Night for the DNQ Karting Series, Eric Riggins Jr. and is on crutches, but still managed to race tonight. And it was a wild, wild race out there. And you were right in the thick of it with being in the back and being inside the top 5, top 10. What was it like out there? Because it was absolute pandemonium out there, a shit show in some ways, and it was crazy, man. So talk to me about it from your point.
I mean, it was a rough race, man. Usually up front like that, you don't get run like that. But Armstrong was running a little rough, and Welch was running rough, and I kind of settled in there and just wanted to see if I had speed to run with them. And to be honest with you, I think I was dragging the brake because I can't really feel my foot. And I realized under caution it was resting like on the brake pretty heavy. I was like, well, maybe that's my problem. And I think I was better at the end, but he got out there, and when you get in clear track like that and you only got 5 laps, there's not much you can do. But I'm happy with it. Decent. I mean, I'm disappointed not to win, but Kevin Smith Racing Engines, I believe, finished top 3 and swept the podium, so that's cool. He helps us a lot out on our power plants, and if I could win, I'm glad Robert got him a win because he's been chasing it, so it's cool.
And the evolution of this series, it's changed a lot over the course of this year, it's really been a learning time for everybody, and being able to trying to do this and to do this type of racing. So, what are some things that you've kind of learned, just kind of safety wise, and kind of being more aware out there?
It's a lot of respect. It's part of it. I've raced this style of racing for a long time, so it's not really new to me, but there's a lot of guys out there who haven't. So you got to be really aware of your surroundings, who's around you, where you're at. And I think I could have been, if I'd have been a little bit more aggressive, I think I would have stayed up front and maybe got to give Robert a run for his money. But it was getting to where I was either going to be aggressive and get run up on the wall and flip, or I'd step back and try to win it with speed, and it didn't fall my way, and we'll get better for next time. And there's a lot of wrecks. I don't know if it's a full moon, but it was a little wild, and it's cool outside and people are going crazy, so but happy with the second. All things considered, it's not too bad.
Eric Crippled Riggins Jr. comes home second tonight in the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series. Wow, is all I can say. Third place tonight for the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series, and had some engine issues in qualifying, and you had to come back virtually from the tail of the field there, and you crawled up through there. And just talk to me about that, because you were in the thick of the battles and trying to come up through there in the Norm Benning machine. It wasn't quite as clean as it was last time, but it was a wild night to say the least. So what was it like out there for you?
I don't know what happened to qualify. I must have had some trash in the carburetor or something. I was riding around trying to mess around with the choke. Couldn't ever get it to go. We were about a second and a half off the pace, so we got buried in a B main. Won that, and then I don't know what ever happened over here. I guess I spun out by myself. Got put back in the back again, and somehow managed to get to third. Them guys out there door slamming like crazy, body slamming, and it's crazy, to say the least.
And for guys that have never been a part of this style of racing, you have, and Eric has too, the type of car racing you guys have. What's it like running with guys that don't necessarily have that experience?
Sketchy, to say the least. Throw a slider on them, they don't really know what's coming, don't really know how to cross you over, but everybody's learning. It's getting better. We'll continue to work at it, and that show, you can't get that anywhere else. That's why everybody comes out here. It's a blast, to say the least.
Third place tonight for the Ghostface Brewing Cup Series, Hoosier Tire Night. Nick Stroop in the Norm Benning machine.
All right, let's take a look at the point standings in the Goodies Dash Series. One last event before it's all said and done for the championship, Mike Melton's got a substantial lead. I highly doubt he's going to get beat for it, but you never know.
Haley finished third once.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there it is for.
Well, there's some people in there. We got, Dirtier Donnie with 600 points back. Contarino, I guess if Melton breaks down on the way to the track and can't race, Contarino's got a shot, right? But other than that,
Markham
yeah.
showed up for every race.
Yeah, it's just
hey,
the top two putting a hurt on everybody.
All right, let's take a look at ARCA Series. And here's this series. Ronnie Carroll has a 167-point lead over Randall Beck. Zach Campoloni. I mean, the top three in this series actually ran pretty decent all year. They ran all the races, so good for them.
Yeah, look at Ratchet Jaws Teasley, kind of a late bloomer. He's only 521 points back. Probably not going to gain or lose any spots. Maybe Jonathan Beeson can gain one on him, but yeah, shout out to most improved driver, Ratchet Jaws Teasley.
He's doing a great job, and we'll see what next year has to bring here in this ARCA Series. Busch Series points. Daniel Armstrong leading Showalter by 20, so this one could be one of those that we get to watch and say, hey, you know what? This should be something to watch here at the last race of the year.
Armstrong has won a lot of races, but if you're going to base your prediction off of momentum, you've got to pick Showalter. He has been kicking everyone's ass the last 3 or 4 weeks out. He's got something figured out. If you're asking me what my pick is, I'm putting $1,000 down on Bobby Showtime to win this championship.
Yeah, I mean, those two teams right there are getting up early and staying late and cheating up every damn thing they know how to cheat up for the next week.
Yeah, they've been getting it done, and like I said, Teasley's up there too, Campoloni and Oliverio as well. All right, here we go. Filthy Mechanic Pro Cup Series. This is still pretty damn close. I mean, Stroop's, I don't know, I wouldn't say he has it on lock, but Finney would have to probably have to win a race, and he'd have to have like a horrendous night for him to lose his championship.
How many points can you get in a race, Bob?
You can get 190 total if they don't even run the race.
So
190 is
mathematically,
the max amount.
8 cars in it for the championship. That's what we need to sell.
Yes, mathematically.
That's what you need to
absolutely.
sell. 8 cars in it for the championship with 1 race remaining.
The round of 8. Who can win the round
Mike
of 8?
Melton
The
is
final
in
round.
a must-win situation. Chase Elliott. We haven't called Chase Elliott all night. He's in this mix too. Don't forget about him.
Mike Melton must win, and the guy in first in points must finish 22nd. So if that tells you anything for it, which actually could happen,
could happen.
and everybody else would have to finish worse than 22nd. So I mean, hey, anything.
I mean,
can
just
happen,
take a little bit of angel dust and a flip, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Cup Series. Man, Nick Stroop had a good night, and that pretty much put a hurting on everybody else's championship hopes. LJ McCleary, man, still got it. I mean, look, he hasn't won a bunch of races this year. He hasn't been the best, but, man, has he been consistent.
He has, and that's something only experience can get you, especially at such a hard track like Millbridge. But it feels good to crown somebody like Stroop. Just a good quality guy, shows up every race, races his heart out, puts everything he's got into it. We've had him on the DNQ podcast already. We know his background. Just a great champion for DNQ.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Either one of those guys would be great champions.
I couldn't help but notice that McCleary was getting lapped towards the later stages of tonight. I don't know if his engine's getting tired. It's the end of the season. Maybe he's getting tired. It's the end of the season. There's a lot going on. I'm not sure, but I think Stroop's going to be the favorite, barring disaster. I think he's got it locked up.
Now, I think a lot of it is some of the guys see guys getting hurt, and then they get a little worried about getting hurt themselves, which is a legitimate concern. Guys have real jobs to go to on the next day after they run here. So that's something the Cup Series are going to work on a little bit. We'll cover in the podcast, and we're working on it. I mean, we know it's dangerous, but it is still racing at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I mean, there's names are made here, Bob. I mean, the guy that wins the championship in Ghostface Brewing Heavy is a napkin note to Mr. HOA from landing a multi-million-dollar ride. So let's not short sell what these guys are going for.
Well, our next race is the Pink Magic Fall Final, and guys, we got champions to crown, a couple races to run, and then after that, it's Hoosier Nationals, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens at the end of the season.
I am too. I mean, this has been a great season. The DNQ Series just keeps getting better, bigger and better every single year. But the Hoosier Nats, woo, that is going to be some big dick swinging there. And I think yours truly might even come down to announce that show.
It's gonna be huge. You're gonna see the 32-foot toter home show up for this race, and it's gonna be a great opportunity for Hoosier to showcase the kind of fun their product puts out on the racetrack. And I expect Millbridge to have to park people out in the street to try to make sure they can accommodate all the entries going to show up for that race. So I'm pumped for it. The Twitters, the Facebooks, the Reddits, for the older folks, the MySpaces maybe got a little buzz going about these Hoosier Nationals already. I think it's going to completely turn go-kart racing upside down. No bias, just my personal opinion.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys the next race and the final race of the year, the Pink Magic Fall Final. And I want to thank you guys again for joining us, and we'll see you guys next race.